Last year, Zwift Academy opened its doors, launching a groundbreaking worldwide talent search to find the next pro rider for Canyon SRAM racing. The competition exceeded all expectation. Over 1,200 women from 51 countries signed up to take the challenge in Zwift. In a truly grand finale, on the island of Majorca at Canyon SRAM's training camp, Leah Thorvaldsen of Little Rock, Arkansas, was crowned 2016 Zwift Academy champion and the newest member of Canyon SRAM Racing. This year, it could be you.
Oh wow, I could have a shot at a pro contract, but it's for anyone. It's a huge step forward in your own fitness, and so it's not all just about the one person who's going to get a pro contract. It's a win for everyone who's involved.
Zwift Academy is this great program where Zwift is trying to get the women more involved. It's just this huge, to me, a great community. There's women coming up going, I get how this could fit into my life.
What I think is so nice about Zwift Academy, I really think that it was inspiring lots of women to take part in this adventure. Maybe they've gone far beyond their own expectations.
How far I got in Zwift, there were 1,200 females that joined, and there were 100 females that finished Zwift, and I can't believe I was one of them.
Yes, it's hard, but come on, you can do it, just do your best, because it's not just the physical side, it's the determination and to boost your confidence in anything else you do, not just cycling.
Find out how strong you really are. Find new friends from around the world. Find out if you have what it takes to go pro.
Do not wait, just follow your dreams.
Be the best cyclist you can be. Head over to academy.zwift.com to find out more and sign up today. Last year, Zwift Academy opened its doors, launching a groundbreaking worldwide talent search to find the next pro rider for Canyon SRAM racing. The competition exceeded all expectation. Over 1,200 women from 51 countries signed up to take the challenge in Zwift. In a truly grand finale, on the island of Majorca at Canyon SRAM's training camp, Leah Thorvaldsen of Little Rock, Arkansas, was crowned 2016 Zwift Academy champion and the newest member of Canyon SRAM Racing. This year, it could be you.
Oh wow, I could have a shot at a pro contract, but it's for anyone. It's a huge step forward in your own fitness, and so it's not all just about the one person who's going to get a pro contract. It's a win for everyone who's involved.
Zwift Academy is this great program where Zwift is trying to get the women more involved. It's just this huge, to me, a great community. There's women coming up going, I get how this could fit into my life.
What I think is so nice about Zwift Academy, I really think that it was inspiring lots of women to take part in this adventure. Maybe they've gone far beyond their own expectations.
How far I got in Zwift, there were 1,200 females that joined, and there were 100 females that finished Zwift, and I can't believe I was one of them.
Yes, it's hard, but come on, you can do it, just do your best. Because it's not just the physical side, it's the determination and to boost your confidence in anything else you do, not just cycling.
Find out how strong you really are. Find new friends from around the world. Find out if you have what it takes to go pro.
Do not wait, just follow your dreams.
Be the best cyclist you can be. Head over to academy.zwift.com to find out more and sign up today.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Zwift Community Live broadcast of the Zwift Tour de Oz out on the Watopia Flat course today. Is this right? That this is the flat course? I believe over at the Watopia Flat Reverse. That is correct. It's going to be a fast and furious race out here today. Riders in the A category have gotten going. I'm going to go over a little bit of the information as they go flying by me right now over at the start-finish banner. This is the Tour de Oz. It is going along with the Tour de France a little bit. And we do have 10 stages out there. We're on stage 9, going into stage 10 on Friday night. And the riders are going to have an A and a C category out there today. I'm going to read through the description real quick for all of you so you know what's going on here. The first annual Wahoo Tour de Oz is a 10-stage event open to all Zwifters, featuring a mix of flat, hilly, and mountain stages. The Wahoo Tour de Oz is a personal endurance challenge as you compete against yourself, others, and the clock. Results will be displayed when you finish under the Wahoo Tour de Oz arch. Complete all 10 stages and you are eligible to win prizes from Wahoo Fitness. The prizes are, for first place would be a Wahoo kicker. Second place is a Wahoo snap, and an Element Bolt is the third place raffle prize. So got to complete all of the stages and you are eligible to win those prizes. There is also, for the categories, for the A category, it's 3.0 watts per kilogram or higher, and for the C category is 1 to 2.9. So a little bit different than the usual categories. We did recently see that there was a post, actually, of all of the current results out on Zwift for the Wahoo Tour de Oz. We'll bring those in as soon as possible. But let's go ahead and get in with the front end of this A category as they're heading on into the Essies right now. The first section out on course in which they will most likely start breaking things apart. We are seeing here, it looks like N-Bun right along with Leonard and Jay Rooney. Zawadzki is there as well. We do see Stewart. Nadsy from the WP Taz team as well is there. Stewart, and it looks like Zawadzki here from Innovation Site. I believe, no, he's not riding for Innovation. I always get him mixed up with some Innovation boys, but not for Innovation as I can see. But Leonard is there at 5.7 watts per kilogram. Now, as you can see, this feather power up being thrown down before they head through the sprint section. This course is actually going to favor using a couple of power-ups per lap, actually being on the flat course. They're going to be able to grab one through the sprint section as well as one going through the start-finish banner. So having that power-up through there with that feather power-up, that's the only climbing section really out on course. So definitely want to be using that there, and we saw him throw that down in order to get a little bit of advantage and actually gain a 2-second gap between him and Nadsy here to the chase group. On a flat course, though, going to have a difficult time staying away, I think, from the large group that is chasing them down. But there is a 1-second gap. Stewart there at 6.9 watts per kilogram out of the UK is chasing them down fairly quickly right now. So definitely not going to be getting much of anywhere just yet. We are live over on Facebook with our Zwift Community Live page, as well as on YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer right now. If you do have any questions, comments, or anything that you would like to bring into the broadcast, you can do so by tweeting at Z Community Live, and I am reading all the comments over at all of the live streaming platforms right now. I am seeing a few questions come through about what's going on here, and a few others like that. Good to see you there, Ripster, as well as the dogged koala. Good to see you hanging out at the broadcast right now. In the A category, then, it looks like it is a large group at the front, and I don't think it's going to get split up too much more than we currently see as they head on toward Ocean Boulevard. You can see them going along the bay there. They will be taking a right-hand turn toward that little S-turn you do see down on the bottom of the screen there. That's going to be their entrance into Ocean Boulevard, and most likely going to be Grupo Compacto amongst this large group for the full duration of Ocean Boulevard. There are a few falling off the back here, actually, though. Let's go ahead and watch as they come by and see what the gap looks like. All in that Wahoo kit, as this is a Wahoo sponsored event here. They're the ones throwing down for the giveaway for all those who do complete all 10 stages of the Wahoo Tour de Oz. All right, back with the C category racers as they are heading on into, let's see, where are they actually out on course here? Are they actually climbing out of the Essies right now? So this is actually that same spot that we saw the first initial break, and definitely one of the only spots out on course where we have a sharp incline for any amount of time. Right here at the end of the Essies, after a couple of undulations, kick, and then one last about 15, 20 second kick, and then they head on into the sprint section over to Ocean Boulevard. There's also also a climb out of Ocean Boulevard that's a little bit longer, and we'll most likely see a lot of battles on that section of the course as it heads into the start-finish line. Zombie Waker, good to see you. 1, 2, 3 over at the Mixer channel. Thanks for tuning in. Pete Donahue, good to see you over at the Facebook, as well as Timothy Termond. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in, boys. And always good to see a few Zwifters, as well as all the new blood over at the Mixer channel. We do see Salia here off the front coming out of Australia. It looks like him and Pete Hoy out SAS here out of the US of A with an early morning here, getting his Tour de Oz going on here. They are off the front here just a little bit. The chase group is bringing them back. It is 3 seconds though. Not sure they're going to be able to stay away. VR Cycling Supply. That is an interesting name. What is that all about? A Curie here hamming away, and we were talking about VR a little while ago yesterday during the group ride. I wonder if they're looking at some sort of supply for maybe Zwift in the future. They'd be the ones to watch out for to know what products I would think are going to be compatible down the road with the VR experience in Zwift. That'll be exciting to see. Actually, I'm hoping to get some hands on that eventually, but it needs to catch up when it comes to the sweating and the craziness that you go and throw down into the trainer here. Stop Winding's out there like usual. We do see George there as well from Team AHDR. A whole lot of Team AHDRs are out there. B. Williams here as well. We'll give him a ride on out of New Zealand. The Kiwi here staying strong in and amongst the group. The group has broken a few off, but it's still 20 to 30 strong, though. With one going off the front there, you can see that there are a few struggling at the back end of the pack here, but still all getting solid drafts in and amongst the C category group right now. Back at the front end of the race now with the A category, we do see one or two taking a little bit of a dig at the front here. M. Stewart, 5.7 watts per kilogram. At 132 beats per minute. Boys and girls, this is the next Tour de France winner. Stewart hammering away out of the UK here in the B category. 131, absolutely killing it. Johnson's here as well now with coming out of Australia. Fonseca, always one to watch out for amongst these boys here. Coming out of Brazil, we'll give him a ride on. Creel is there as well. The current standings for the Wahoo Tour de Oz. So I'll bring that in right now and get an idea. What's going on, Russ Crowder? Good to see you over at the Facebook, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you hanging out and chatting. So Alistair George actually is the one who's been organizing the results. So, and I do have a PDF here that I have just loaded up, and it does look like it is going to be Johnny Bester, current leader of the Wahoo Tour de Oz with 6 hours, 45 minutes, and 15 seconds total. Then it is followed up by Jeff Rooney, 6 of the top spots here all together, as there is most definitely a few riders, I think, who have not shown up today. I'm not seeing Akiba actually out of Japan in the front group. We're going to have to go through here and see if we do see that Japanese flag in and amongst these front runners at the front of this race. No, we do not. We see Taiwan. We do see Korea, but no. Oh, there he is. Excuse me. So, third place overall currently is going to be Aikib, and he is most definitely amongst the chasers, though, I believe. Moving forward here, let's see. Nope, he is actually with the front runners. It's always difficult to tell as there's so many riders in this front group, actually. Always switching, coming out of Ocean Boulevard with a continuance into a false flat after you exit and into the start-finish banner. 10:58 total so far. It's going to be about 13 minutes laps, I would think. Maybe 14-minute laps. Going to be a fast, furious race today, right around a 42, 43-minute most likely finishing time. So definitely stupid fast out there today. Nevins now, it looks like Scott Zawadzki, it looks like all toward the front here. Sauerkeit is who he is riding for. Fonseca then out of Brazil. They're all setting up for the climb. This is going to be the moments to watch out for the next breaks to be happening. Up in that 1-6 Leonard's there. Fonseca. It looks like Dransfield now is going right along with the Rooney trying to hang on. Nevins now kicking into orange numbers. We're also seeing Boom Bike there able to hang on. Korea now still in and amongst it. We're looking here from the helicopter shot. We'll see if it does zoom out and start to give us an idea of who is able to hang on, who's falling off. There's Fonseca in the middle. We do got Kay Leonard there as well. Now at the back, though, we do see a few starting to bite the dust, unable to grab onto those wheels. One definitely off the back, 2 or 3 more now. And if they do not grab on right now, if those riders at the front do go with some continuance, it does look like they're starting to slow down just a little. Not too interested in trying to break it up just yet, maybe, but race there. That means that the boys at the front are actually slowing down a little bit. But then we did see going into that turn, a little bit of attack up at the front there. So maybe another dig here coming from Zawadzki. Then going right on by, it looks like it is going to be Bester. Excuse me, not Bester. Tolhurst now. Trying to make another attack. SG now off the front with a little bit of a gap. It is 1 second there, right along with B. Johnson. Rooney now a little ways behind, but they're all just hanging on. Looking at the riders here, up and out of the saddle, Zawadzki, 6.2 watts per kilogram. Rooney able to hang on. It looks like here also we do have Dronsfield, Fonseca moving backwards a little bit more, about to hit the start finish line. Stewart now kicking in at 7.1 watts per kilogram, trying to get back on terms as they go underneath the Wahoo Tour de Oz start finish banner. Nice job to those riders as they're all trying to hang on here. 3 seconds is the gap. It's slowing down, all coming back together. Grupo Compacto. And you can tell once it does slow down, there is no longer those straight lines, just looking for the wheel right in front of them. Back to the C category, they're about to hit that same section out on course into the climb in just a moment here. And this is where we're going to start seeing this group most definitely start breaking apart if they do make any attacks. They tend to be a little bit more chill in the C category, usually not causing any kind of breaks too early on. But P. Hoy right along with Salia, they've been actually at the front for quite a while, up and at 160 beats per minute, though. We do see our Fryer there out of Australia, now kicking with a little bit of an aero power up. A rider looked like maybe just trying to hang on. 115 beats per minute, though. Fryer here, maybe not amongst the right category there. Stairs now, it looks like 155. Hamaga now as well out of Japan. And it looks like it's going to be Salia, the first one to attack, 139 beats per minute. Looking over his shoulder here. Is he going to grab any kind of gap over the rest of these C category riders? Up and out of the saddle here, killing it. And 154 beats per minute. Whiting now going as well off the front here. We do see Wern, and then it is going to be W. Zastro. Definitely grabbing a gap, though, as you can see here. Looking down, it is completely blown apart right on his wheel. And then there are 3 off the front there with Salia, G. Walco, and then Whiting. Trying to make this form, this group of 5 off the front. They might just be dragging the group all back together. It'll TP out of Japan now, right along with Marvin Gellos. And then Bernstein actually here amongst the A categories, falling all the way back to these C riders who are absolutely flying out on course now. It is broken apart a little bit. Moving back, though, we're going to see who is bitten the dust off the back. It is going to be Chamberlain right along with Curry. And then 18 seconds back, it will be Pereira. But Phillips here off the back as well, 178 beats per minute. A little bit of a bug going on there for Butler as he just rides away from the rest of the riders. It'll most likely take him back behind the riders once it figures out where he's at. That's actually usually an ANT plus dropout because the game cannot figure out where he is at from whatever's going on with his ANT plus stick there. So, but it is going to be Salia now, 6.1 watts per kilogram as he comes to the Wahoo Tour de Oz. Start finish banner, grabs a little bit of a gap again. Still up in that 155 beats per minute. We'll have to figure out if his max heart rate is right around there because that is a stupid high amount of wattage there, but at the same time, a fairly low heart rate. But I think he does max out at a pretty low heart rate as it does. Sprint section out on course looks like altogether only 1 or 2 had fallen through the gaps there. At the back, Stewart actually got right back on, has come right back through them. Now it's 7.8 watts per kilogram and 146 beats per minute. They should probably just let him go. SG here now 6.2 there, being dragged right along by Stewart, who just continues to attack at crazy low heart rates. There's Zawadzki now there as well out of Australia, just hanging on, getting the benefit of the semis on the front here. Johnson right along with Thompson, Tolhurst, Nevins, all there as well. All right, jumping in with the comments over at the Mixer. We do have Just Seth 09. How's it going? It's going well, bud. Pro Gamer 1234 7. How's it going? Rogers is in the house as well. Good to see you, Rogers. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We are covering the Tour de Oz with real riders on real bikes out on course right now. And looking through here, let's see if there are any more comments coming through over at the face of the book. And it looks like it's a little quiet yet this morning. And I'm going to go ahead and see over at zippower.com amongst these riders here what these boys have been accomplishing as of lately here in the Tour de Oz. I mean, the current leader in the Wahoo Tour de Oz is going to be Johnny Bester. He is out on course here still. I did see him just a moment ago. Jeff Rooney is there from the leader. A little under 3 there from Rooney is Sadayo Akib, who was out in this lead group, was able to make it amongst them here. SG is there as well, and I did see him in the front group. He's in 5th place, about let's see here, 9 minutes back from the leader, and Slug is there as well, about 7 minutes back from the leader. I'll have to see if those guys are out on course still today. That's your top 5 in that category. In the C category, it looks like it's going to be led out by the man himself, Stop Whining. I did see him show up. And then it's going to be Carl Hayes, followed up by Terry Steer, Miguel Redondo, and Connor Wintai. I believe, no, he's a part of the A category. So Brent Williams then actually is going to be your 5th place, currently sitting in 5th place with a time of 7:24.18 throughout the entirety of the tour. So this is accumulating for the lead, just like you would in a Tour de France. In the Tour de Oz or any kind of race tour, you would have an accumulating time for the GC, the general contention. Who's got the yellow jersey out there amongst the A and the C categories? It's currently being held down by Johnny Bester in the A category. And of course, Stop Whining, holding it down in the C category. I absolutely love it that he's got it. Let's go ahead and see if we can find Mr. Stop Whining out on course there, and if he was able to hang on with these front runners now. It was stupid fast coming to Oz today. Again, if this is your first time tuning in, thanks a lot for joining us. This is Zwift, the massive multiplayer online game in which riders are actually on real bikes with real power thrown down into the game right now. Here's a little video put together by Zwift that gives you an idea of exactly what is taking place in front of you right now. Riders do go ahead and jump on their own bikes on some kind of a trainer, either a wheel off or wheel on smart trainer, or just a regular old dumb trainer that doesn't communicate power with a power meter or a speed sensor. It is a massive multiplayer online. As you can see, a rider here coming out of Australia, a rider out of the UK, as well as a rider out of the US, all battling each other out on course. They're actually out on the open world, just meeting up with each other, happen to be riding by each other and go, hey, look at this. I want to hold on to this person's wheel, give them a ride on, but we're going to take some sprints and also kick it up some KOMs out on course. So it looks like there's a little battle heading up this hill now as Eric Min, right along with the other 2 girls that were following up there, are going to battle it up over the KOM. We do see, I believe that's Chris Pritchard there hammering away in workout mode as well. Workout mode is a different mode than the rest that you're seeing out here, where it actually shows you intervals on the screen that you need to do. There's a bunch of workouts in Zwift that you can load just by jumping into the game and pushing the workout mode. As they're kicking up over the KOM, they are battling for a time on the screen, actually, for the leaderboard for that King of the Mountain. We won't be going up and over the top of that part of the course today, but it is definitely something that people battle for daily. Actually, during the Zwift Tour of North America, they do King of the Mountain challenges, actually, where we climb that specific King of the Mountain over and over again amongst 4 riders who are on live smart trainers, fully commentated event. Actually pretty cool. Up at the front, we do have the current leader in the Wahoo Tour de Oz for the C category, Stop Whining. He is going to be battling it out. What's going on, Simon Oxenham? Good to see you cheering on Rooney over at the Facebook. So it looks like Stop Whining here, still hanging tough at the front of this group. We lost him for a second there, though, for some reason. Maybe a dropout or something. Hopefully he stays in the race, because a dropout would definitely be complete curtains for him at this point for that leader's jersey. We're trying to get back at the front here. It does look like we did find them, I believe. Boland, DeLons, Walco, Stairs, it looks like there. Williams is here as well still. Yep, they are still all here. There is Stop Whining right there coming out of Australia. Looking at the Wahoo Tour de Oz Current yellow jersey holding 7:13. He is followed pretty closely though by Key Hayes, and it looks like he is having some sort of a dropout actually over and over again. So hopefully he can stay connected to the game here. Moving forward, he is back here over and over again, so there is a little bit of a connection issue, though, it looks like here for Winding. Sali is here as well. No riders around him. He's off the front by a solid 13 seconds or so. Fryer is going as well, and it looks like Redondo is here up at the front. One of the AHDR riders, it looks like, as well. Looking over his shoulder here, he's making his way to the back, looking for a draft now. And then Walco as well as Hodson. Going off the back with Hodson, though, 36 seconds. So Carl Hayes, AHDR, is about only about 2 minutes or so off the pace of Mr. Stop Winding here. Let's see if we can find if Carl Hayes is amongst the group here. ZwiftPower.com is going to give us a good idea whether or not he is. We'll hit the live tab here and see if he's amongst the C riders right now. And we are seeing Stop Winding for sure. I'm not seeing Mr. Hayes here. Has he made the league group? I do not believe he has. So this is an opportunity. Actually, no, Hayes is there. Excuse me. He has made the league group. It looks like he is amongst these boys. So if he is able to battle it out, he's up at the front actually right now. There he is actually. Kay Hayes. He could actually put some time in for the win here if he can get away from Stop Winding. It's going to be difficult on this flatter course, but then there's also Terry Steer, and he is about, he's a solid 5 minutes out or more actually from those two front runners. So Carl Hayes and Stop Winding really the only ones in contention for the front end of that race in the C category. The A category riders are now just coming out of Ocean Boulevard. They just did that climb. Looks like they were able to drop off Jay O'Brien. Johnsfield's here as well, right along with Harding. It looks like these boys are having a little bit of struggle to hang on to the pace now. Up toward the front, Creel now hanging tough now. 165 beats per minute, 6.2 watts per kilogram. Innovation there up toward the front as well. Around the corner, always a good place to attack as riders lose sight of you very quickly. It looks like Stewart right along with Boom Bike. Stewart's been going at 140 beats per minute for 500 watts all day long. And maybe needs a little bit of a flag if somebody might want to flag the rider here. But Thompson right along with Boom Bike now off the front. SG there as well now, 2 seconds back with a random. Things are getting completely blown apart with 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go out on course today. 1 lap to go in the Wahoo Tour de Oz for Stage 9. In this race today, Stage 9, and we've got a little bit of a break with Stewart, who is going to get a DQ most likely, or at least a relegation from ZwiftPower.com. Boom Bike here kicking it now as well. Not been at the back for a while. This pace is rapid. Christian Dransfield is saying, yeah, it is absolutely killer. Anthony now Jay Anthony here coming out of Australia, 5.5 watts per kilogram, but Dunn now just hanging on. And Dunn, I believe, did win the last one out on the tour, Wahoo Tour de Oz, actually. I saw him go off the front, I believe, in the last Stage 8, actually. So watch out for him. Still current leader, I believe, in the Australian E-Crit Series. Dunn's been absolutely killing it. We'll see if he can throw down for a win again today amongst this pack here. But 2 seconds off the front, it is going to be Thomas here up in that 178 beats per minute, trying to hold on to the Boom Bikes wheel here, coming out of Korea now. Up and out of the saddle they go here. SG in the attack out of the US of 160 beats per minute, 450 watts or so. Looking over his shoulder though, there is a huge chase group here. Paulie now right along with Thomas. 4 seconds back is the main group. You can see them trying to make that chase here. You can see exactly what the Essies looks like, this undulations over and over again, just a couple of rollers that they go through, but it definitely can put the hurt on if you kick through the rollers. Really go as hard as you can over each one of those, build some speed up and over the top, and then carrying it onto the other side. You can really cause some mayhem through these. The only point here and Ocean Boulevard, climbing out of Ocean Boulevard, are the only points at which gravity does make a difference, but gravity always the main instigator when it comes to cycling. Carrying weight at speed up and over the climbs is always where you find people able to get those gaps. Now you do see Stewart still at the front now, kicking it at 9 watts per kilogram. I'm not sure what he thinks about what he's able to do here. This is really interesting. I mean, does he think this is for real? Like, oh my goodness. I mean, he's been 6+ watts per kilogram forever. Now he's attacking into 8 or 9 watts per kilogram. SG here now trying to follow it up, also been up into 6 or 7 for quite a while, right along with Boom Bike. So I think Thomas and the rest are most likely going to say, see you later, guys, have fun. The robots have gone full on mechanical at this point, and we'll allow them to go as our heart rates just keep on beating. Polly here right along with Nevins, done as well, stating in there. WP Taz with Nadsy. Now they're about to battle it out here for the last half lap for the A category. How's it going there, Buckeyes 12, man, Junior? Good to have you here over at the broadcast at Mixer. Thanks for tuning in. Looking over through some of the chats here, just seeing if anybody has got any comments whatsoever. The usual spectators are most likely sleeping during this time, but definitely good to cover for the land down under here. Creel now 1.5 watts per kilogram toward the front, resting up. Flat course, it's going to come down to a sprint or at least a kick into that final climb out of Ocean Boulevard. Somebody might be able to get a gap with about 1 kilometer to go right there and try and hold on to the finish line. Going to be one of the most painful minutes of their life, though. 1 minute all the way to the line is what they're going to have to do in order to hang on to that pace. All right, something like that. You do see KRT, you see Vision there, you see Innovation. They're all riding for those teams. They're not in their team kits because they are in a Wahoo kit, as everybody gets put in a Wahoo kit for the Wahoo Tour de Oz. It has definitely been whittled down, though. It was a huge group of about 30 riders first lap around. Now it's been whittled down to like 10, maybe 12 or so in this main group now as they make their way into Ocean Boulevard here. You might see a couple of attacks out of these little climbs. There's a couple little punchers here with some continuance. You may be able to get away. We are seeing, it looks like Boom Bike with 6 seconds still. Fonseca up toward the front. Polly now making his way to the front, 5.7 watts per kilogram, trying to close things down, 171 beats per minute. And like we always say, between all of these guys, it's always a crazy effort, man. I mean, regardless of how much of a difference there is between the power of the riders, the racing is always extremely difficult, as you can see here, with 174 beats per minute. Creel now 163. We're seeing Johnson 175. Zawadzki 176. Flores now 162. Nevins 180. I mean, these boys, Bester 182. Everybody is like way up in the threshold, almost into max heart rate over and over again as we look through here. Definitely going to be a battle to the line here. I mean, Bester here, the current leader, just trying to hang on, it looks like, at this point, 182 beats per minute or so. So we'll see if they can hang on to this lead now, as Johnny Bester still has a minute 30 over Jeff Rooney. Jeff Rooney is in there. I wonder if he's going to try and make a move here. There's only this stage and the next one left. So 2 stages or 1 stage after this one. This is the final moments to try and get any kind of a gap and try and grab some extra time. Maybe he's looking toward the final day, though, the final stage, in order to try and grab that extra time, though, over Bester. We'll see if he can. Maybe Rooney is looking toward stage 10 then, rather than the stage today, in order to grab some of that extra time and maybe take the win in the Wahoo Tour de Oz overall for that yellow jersey here. Back in the C category, looks like things are calming down in the A category. For in the C category, they are heading into the climbs here. Stop Whining, your current leader in the race right now for the overall general contention, is still in there right along with Flores. I don't think Hayes has gotten away. He's been watching him like a hawk, it looks like. They're separated by about minute and a half. That's it. Maybe 2 minutes most. Almost 2 minutes actually. So Hayes and Whining, the current 1-2 in the series for the C category, they're still all together here in this lead group. And I'm not seeing any kind of an attack here to try and get away from Hayes. Salia is off the front for the win today, maybe trying to take this stage here out of Australia as he kicks it into this little bit of a climb into the sprint section. Hayes, I was at the front here, not really attacking, just keeping it honest, though, as he's followed up by Walco as well as Hamigo out of Japan. Salia here back at the front now. 39 seconds is the gap. I don't think he's going to be caught. Back with the A racers now, as you see see them heading into the underground in just a moment. They're actually going to catch the guys who went off the front, it looks like here. Boom Bike, SG, what happened to Stewart? Looks like Stewart got taken out altogether. I think he was actually flagged, and Zwift said goodbye to him. Eventually, if you throw in the orange numbers for too long, you actually get a little warning that says, hey, it looks like you might have broken something. And it actually has like this cool little thing that says, I think you missed your calling as a professional rider because you are throwing down beyond tour numbers, and it actually takes you out of the game so you can't be seen by anybody else, and it takes away all of your achievements actually too. So if you do too much, it gets too crazy. Zwift actually picks up on it, and I actually had it happen to myself. I was out there riding with my daughter, and me and Karis were actually riding along, and we had an issue take place where whatever, she was doing some climbs or whatever, and I was going to help her get back to a certain point on course. So I swapped between her power source and my power source, and actually was just giving her a little boost up a little bit of a climb to catch up with some people, and immediately it picked up on that and said, see you later, you're gone. And you like made her disappear for everybody. And obviously she weighs like 50 pounds or something, 70 pounds or something like that. So that's why it picked up on the crazy amount of power that I was putting out, and compared to my weight, and was like, hey, wait a second, you're not really real here. What's going on? So definitely interesting. We're seeing Ramold Neuheiser is maybe a prediction there coming from Andres Beck. Thanks for tuning in here, Andres Beck. I think we're having a little bit of an issue here with my connection, guys. I apologize. I'm going to have to call my ISP and ask them what is happening, as it looks like the stream is dying on and off. Make sure to refresh it if you need to, but for some reason we're having some sort of a network connection issue here. I'm going to double check and make sure everything's good on my end, but I believe there is most likely a little bit of an issue. I'm going to get a SWAT team to your home. Really, Thunderbeard? Well, thanks a lot, bud. I appreciate that. We have spoken to the local authorities and letting them know that I am a streamer, so thanks for that, buddy, with a solid effort. Maybe with one lap to go or so. The A category is coming into the finish line, though. This is going to be it right here, right now, and hopefully we can keep the connection going. We've had a little bit of an issue here, it looks like, with our ISP. I'm going to give them a call and ask them what is going on. But we are seeing Jay Freeman up toward the front here. SG. Looks like Rooney now with a little bit of an attack. Maybe him and Bester are going to be watching each other as they're the current leaders in the Wahoo Tour de Oz. And the climb is about to start. This is going to be for all of the chips on the table in just a moment here, boys and girls. Who's going to try and get away through the finish line here? Bester right along with Anthony now up toward the front. We actually have to close that. I'm getting a bunch of feedback there. But now we do got Boom Bike right along with Ikeb now. Ikeb actually in third place in the series here. They're going to have to watch out for this. He could gain a little bit of a time here. 184 beats per minute, though, 641 watts. Now you can see Rooney now trying to go right along with him. Freeman's there as well. Boom Bike. Thomas now is there. Bester is going right along with him. Leonard, it looks like Nadsy, Poley, Johnson, all able to hang on. It looks like nobody's gone anywhere just yet. No break, but Ikeb is still going 186 beats per minute, now having to fade. You can't hold on to 8 watts per kilogram for much longer than what we just saw. He's been closed down by Rooney. Rooney sticks right with him. Bester's there as well. Bester's up into that 183 beats per minute, not moving. 176 from Rooney, second place overall in the series right now. Thomas, Boom Bike, Freeman, SG, all back together. It's going to come down to the final K. It's all together here, boys and girls. Here come the power-ups, though. Now arrow power-up after arrow power-up, the strongest power-up in game, and they're all starting to go from way out. Boom Bike coming to 8.3 watts per kilogram, knows that this is the moment of truth. Dunn, who's super experienced with winning these races, but is up into that 182 already here. WP Taz, can they pull it off? Innovation up at the front, though, has a gap here with that arrow power-up. Leonard now 187 Kevin B. Street at 579 watts, looking over his shoulder. Does he have the gap? He's got the aero power up. There's the draft. And now is he going to grab the win? Done with 11 watts per kilogram. Might be able to nip it at the line, but it's going to be Creel. Dunn and Creel to the line. Who's it going to be? It was Jeffrey Creel, followed by Dunn, and then Zawadzki in third place. What a battle between the strongmen out there. Jeff Creel showing that he's still got it in the legs. Dunn then coming by with second place, followed by Zawadzki. All the Australians taking out the Tour de Oz today. Nice job to them. Back into the Dust Bowl, though, we still have the C category heating up as they're making their way past the Ocean Boulevard windmills out on course there. You can see them in the background there right along with the volcano as they're about to head into the underground here with Foy, Stone. It looks like Whiting is there as well still. It looks Florentine, Zastro, all hanging on here. Still a large group of Salia off the front there, way over category limit, I would think, there with that kind of a gap at 1:15, but it is going to be Hamahiga here out of Japan looking for a win as he leads these boys out now. In the A category then, it was not updated yet, but definitely still making the updates over at zwiftpower.com, so we'll wait for that as they make their way to the line still. How's it going there, Alex Master Chief? Good to have you here over at the broadcast on Mixer. Thanks for tuning in. Still waiting for these boys to get to the line here. It looks like he's second overall, not going anywhere. Stop Whining's there as well. He is still whining at the front of this group, making his way to the line, the current leader in the Wahoo Tour de Oz. Now, again, it's just for kudos. It's just for saying that I won. It's just for saying that here's where I was able to place and hammer it away, but not for the actual prizes for winning. Those are raffles for the Wahoo Tour de Oz. But for everybody who does complete all 10 stages, they will be able to jump into the raffle and maybe win a kicker or it's a kicker, Wahoo Snap, or an Element Bolt as well, a Wahoo Bolt. So those are the three prizes for the riders to get a chance at, thanks to Wahoo and their sponsorship of the Tour de Oz. Crimpy Glue 66369. Good to see you over at the Mixer Challenger. Thanks a lot for tuning in. T-Stairs now up toward the front there, TDIs. Again, we're going to see the same situation here amongst these boys that we saw just a moment ago. To the line, they're absolutely battling it now, it looks like, to the finish line in just a second here. They're going to be climbing out to the 3% gradient or so. We are seeing Stop Whining here up into about 4.3, 4.2 watts per kilogram. He's here, riders going all kinds of directions, and just what happened there? That's super interesting. Hopefully we can get back to the front of the race. It looks like we're getting mixed up with riders who are going forwards, backwards, all kinds of directions suddenly out on course. But here we go. B. Williams now. Here comes the power-ups as they're making their way up and out of the climb. And suddenly we're back with riders who are going the other direction. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here with these guys, but hopefully we can find the front end of the race. We're like bouncing all over the place. That might be a connection with me. It might be a connection with Zwift. I'm not positive, but I do see it is going to be Gassner here now making his way to the line with Jones. This is the battle here for the win now in the C category. Pasila is there. Pisalia, actually. Sala is there now off the front. Here's a few more A category riders. Here is African Girl, 2-for-1 RO4H there as well. And then we do have Jay Wells, the Sluggin now making his way to the line too, with a little bit of a sprint now to the line. Chalker is there, Lee and Eyes Bell. Jones now battling it out too. And it looks like Slug is going to get the better of the rest of these boys with the sprint all the way to the line. Maybe though, nope, Taiwan coming around at 8 watts per kilogram, but just faded from the network momentarily. I think maybe there might be some connection issues either on my end but I'm looking pretty solid here for my connection. I'm gonna have to double check it. I think it may be something going on inside for, maybe it's Australia that's having troubles right now. We'll have to double check and see. But it looks like Stone here able to get a little bit of a gap over the rest of the group. M Stone 181 beats Maria. TP here coming from Japan though with the 2-second gap, but it looks like Hoy now able to pull him back in. Hayes, there he goes. He's getting a gap though. Where is Stop Whining is the question. He's going to get some seconds over the top of Stop Whining at the line. It looks like it is going to be Hayes. We're going to have to wait for the official results though as they come across the line here. I'm going to double check zwiftpower.com. There was all kinds of like scattering of the riders. They were kind of all over the place there. So we'll have to double check and see where things are at. Zwiftpower.com actually hasn't even updated yet. So I have a feeling it might be losing track of the riders as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But we definitely saw across the line in first place, Jeffrey Creel, followed by Dunn. And then it was, I believe, Zawadzki or Leonard, one of the two across the line there. So solid job to the A categories riders. No idea on the C categories except for Hayes. We did see him go across the line in first place, I believe. All right, coming up next in the racing out here, we are about to have a racer focus actually with Ian Anderson. We did have a little bit of connection issues here, guys. Sorry about that. I know there was some struggle, but we've got a busy day today for the casting out on Zwift. The schedule for July 24th through the 30th. As you can see here on Thursday, we just did Wahoo Tour de Oz Stage 9, won by Jeffrey Creel there for Vision Cycling in the A category. Still being let out, though, by Bester, who is still the current leader in the series on time. Next up, we do have Ian Anderson in just about 14 minutes in the KISS America's AM KRT Racer Focus. So just like you see me sitting right here, he's going to be right here like this, except for on a bike, actually battling it out in the KISS AM, KISS America's race. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Make sure to stick around and tune in for that in just 14 minutes from now. We want to see crazy high heart rates with a real life effort out on Zwift. That's where it's at. After that, later tonight at 8 p.m. BST, these are British Standard Times. We will be doing the KISS Europe race here, just like you saw me broadcast with a live broadcast of that as well. Then on, these are all British Standard Time. So the Wahoo Tour de Oz at 12 a.m. at midnight European time, or at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. The last stage in the Wahoo Tour de Oz will be going down. So that is going to be tomorrow night, Friday night, or Saturday morning. For those of you over in Europe. Then the Zwift Fitness Women's Gateway Ride with Zuskana. And then one thing that did not get put on the schedule but is most definitely happening is going to be the Prudential Ride London Women's Classic, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on July 29th on Saturday. We'll be covering that. It's a women's specific race that you're not going to want to miss. So definitely stick around. Make sure to put all those on your schedule. The schedule is listed over at ZwiftCommunityLive.com. ZwiftCommunityLive.com. You can catch all of the race scheduling. All right. Also, coming up, let's see here. We do have the Zwift Academy, obviously, is launched, as well as the current mission out on Zwift, which is the Rafa Rising mission. Make sure to check that out as well. This is the 3 peaks that you can climb. You currently can do this throughout the rest of July. Log into the game, jump onto the mission. Just click on join the mission on the upper left hand side of the screen, and you're able to join that mission. It'll automatically put you on the course to conquer those 3 KOMs. It's called the Three Sisters Challenge, and you're able to hammer that out and grab that new kit in game that you just saw. So pretty cool mission that they are putting on. If you haven't seen it already, the Zwift Academy obviously has launched, and there you can head over to academy.zwift.com for all the information on that. It is a women's specific training program as well as competition to give away a pro contract for 2018 to the Canyon SRAM women's team. Last year it was won by Leah Thorvaldsen And if you'd like to get involved in that, here's some more information about how that works, or well, what went down last year, as well as why you should get involved this year for all the women out there to grow women's cycling and encourage them on together as a community, empowering each other through indoor cycling made social.
Last year, Zwift Academy opened its doors, launching a groundbreaking worldwide talent search to find the next pro rider for Canyon SRAM racing. The competition exceeded all expectation. Over 1,200 women from 51 countries signed up to take the challenge in Zwift. In a truly grand finale, on the island of Majorca at Canyon SRAM's training camp, Leah Thorvaldsen of Little Rock, Arkansas, was crowned 2016 Zwift Academy champion and the newest member of Canyon SRAM Racing. This year, it could be you.
Oh wow, I could have a shot at a pro contract, but it's for anyone. It's a huge step forward in your own fitness, and so it's not all just about the one person who's going to get a pro contract. It's a win for everyone who's involved.
Zwift Academy is this great program where Zwift is trying to get the women more involved. It's just this huge, to me, a great community. There's women coming up going, I get how this could fit into my life.
What I think is so nice about Zwift Academy, I really think that it was inspiring lots of women to take part in this adventure. Maybe they've gone far beyond their own expectations.
How far I got in Zwift, there were 1,200 females that joined, and there were 100 females that finished Zwift, and I can't believe I was one of them.
Yes, it's hard. Come on, you can do it, just do your best, because it's not just the physical side, it's the determination and to boost your confidence in anything else you do, not just cycling.
Find out how strong you really are. Find new friends from around the world. Find out if you have what it takes to go pro.
Do not wait, just follow your dreams.
Be the best cyclist you can be. Head over to academy.zwift.com to find out more and sign up today.